This is your spoiler warning for Mark of the Werewolf, a 2025 film by Dennis Vincent. Very, very fun independent film. Very, very small. I definitely recommend checking it out. It's on Tubi right now. Well, who knows when you're listening to this, but check it out. Mark of the Werewolf. Oh. See ya.
Even a man who is pure in heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolf bane blooms.
The autumn moon is bright.
The wolf creature! It's out there, isn't it? You've seen it, haven't you?
A strange beast, somewhat resembling a wolf.
Why don't we get an editor?
You want to pay someone to edit?
Yeah, we'll pay him in Doritos.
You don't have that many Doritos.
I have so many Doritos. I have all the Doritos in the world.
But then you would lose your famous figure.
You mean my fucking overweight melted ice cream figure?
Yes.
What about this?
What am I going to slurp on when we're making love, Matt?
Shut the fuck.
Matt, what?
I didn't. I get to say it because we're not on the podcast.
Yes, we are.
No, we haven't even been brought in yet.
So, this is going in the episode.
Why is this going in the episode? Welcome back to When the Wolfsbane Blooms, your podcast for all werewolf and werewolf adjacent media. I'm Mangy Matt.
And I'm Sweet Sibyl.
And we are totally not starting this podcast for the third time today.
It's not the third time.
What is it?
It's like the third time.
Oh, my mistake. Yeah, I miscounted.
You put the wrong sort of emphasis on it. It's not the third time. It's the third time.
It's the third time.
The first time didn't even count. The second time was good, but the first time was bad. And it was bad because of you.
That is very true. Yeah.
And I hate to say it, Matt. You smell bad.
Do I? What do I smell like?
You smell like teenagers.
Oh.
And you know what?
I mean...
Teenagers scared
the living shit out of me! I mean, that would make sense. I just got back from work and...
You just rolled in Percy Jackson books all day?
No. I was at the middle school.
I thought they didn't allow you there anymore.
What the fuck? This is going to get me arrested.
Ah ha ha ha. Aw. Isn't it fun being a teacher, but then also just a huge goof?
Yeah.
How does it feel being like a criminal?
Why? In what world?
And
why
then
do
also
you,
being a teacher?
Why do you do this?
How does it, Matt? How do you feel being a perverted sex freak
What are you talking about?
and also a teacher?
None of the... I am going to be shot dead in front of my place of work because of this fucking podcast. Because you want to say, how does it feel to be a sex freak?
Well, you haven't answered the question yet.
I'm not going to answer that question. I feel like legally I can't.
Legally, you can do whatever you
That's
want.
horrifying.
Speaking of legally, let's talk about politics. What's going on right now
Where the hell do we even begin?
is a no-go.
Yeah, there's so many no-goes.
Fuck, man.
Ugh. It's horrible.
Fuck, it's a real no-go.
It really is.
All right, that's the end of that political segment.
Yeah, we got really
Oh, did you have
political
something
there.
else?
No.
We should do just a genuine political podcast for the episode that's on Werewolf Goes to Washington. Or like Werewolf in Washington. Like, we just cover daily political news. And it's just like, here's the werewolf. And we read news stories, but just insert a werewolf into them.
Oh, that would be incredibly funny. Do that thing of like, have you ever seen that copy pasta that goes around every once in a while and it's like, oh, what's your favorite fantasy or what's your favorite fiction book? Read the first sentence and then add, and then the dragons came, except it's reading the political headlines and then the werewolves showed up.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, that would be very funny. That'd be a great bit.
So, Today we are talking about Mark of the Werewolf, which is a 2025 film. It is a film that only I have seen. Because why, Matthew?
Because you told me 2 days before you were going to go. And I had plans, which I didn't end up doing, but then I did other plans.
So you canceled your initial plans, and yet still you didn't care enough about this podcast, about the listeners, about me, your lover.
I made a promise to my grandma.
You hate your grandma.
No, I don't!
The last time we talked, you told me that she beat you with a wooden spoon.
And?
Someone found that funny from outside the door.
I'm really glad we get live critiques on the humor that we're doing. Okay, and what if I think the wooden spoon is a very good method of saying hello between my grandmother and I?
Oh, I just realized why you would have liked that. My bad, Matthew.
Why?
We're gonna move on. But before we talk about Mark of the Werewolf, Matt, you had your segment prepared?
Yeah, of course.
So we have many segments on this podcast, right? Sometimes I do a deep dive into Reddit. Sometimes we read academic articles. Sometimes we are doing summaries of comic books. Matt, what have you brought in for us today?
Well, what I brought in was the fact that I had a jolly old time making a snowman, and I just really wanted to tell you that I made a snowman.
What does that have to do with werewolves?
It was a werewolf snowman.
Whoa, what did he look like?
Whoa! It was a snowman, except instead of like a carrot nose, I shoved an entire zucchini in front of it to look like a snout.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah.
Do you use like a normal, like full-length carrot for that nose a lot of the time?
Yeah.
I would often just use baby carrots when I was a kid. Isn't that odd?
That is odd.
What would you do for the eyes? Because who the fuck has coal?
I don't use coal. I put whatever the hell I can find.
What do you use?
If I can find some rocks, or we have a bunch of things downstairs of like shells and so I'll just like whatever I can
We would
find.
always do food dye.
Food dye?
Yeah, you just draw on the snowman, draw him a little smiley face.
I guess so.
It's weird. I don't know why I did that.
Yeah. Food dye. I never would have thought of that.
Snowmen are so cool.
Snowmen are so silly. I gave mine ears too.
Ew.
Why?
What is he gonna hear with that?
The sins of man. Is that what the sins of man sound like?
Oh yeah.
That is absolutely what the sins of man sound like.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I think that was a really good impersonation of it.
All right, story time, and this is my first time, best time telling it. I was on Instagram one day.
Whoa!
And I... Are you going to listen to me, or are you just going to...
No, I'm listening.
Matt has a problem with active engagement.
I do.
I was on Instagram, and I came across a post from Horror Depot, at Horror Depot on Instagram. A wonderful, wonderful group. I honestly don't know too much about them. They host the Dark Arts Festival that is put on here in Rhode Island, also the Dark Reads Festival, which we have to go to. I haven't told you, but I'm going to make you set aside a space in your calendar if possible.
Okay.
And hopefully we're going to attend this reading Dark Arts Festival to buy a bunch of spooky books and hopefully find whatever independent werewolf books we can, and then do more Biting Books episodes.
Miss Sibyl, question.
Yes.
What are those?
Books?
The Dark Arts Festival. What do you mean, book?
What the fuck? I don't know.
What are all of the things you mentioned? I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a spooky festival. So Dark Arts is spooky shit.
Okay.
So like the Dark Arts Festival, I believe, is a lot of like tarot reading kind of things, spooky stuff, gothic sort of things. And the Dark Reads Festival is about like horror literature, gothic literature. I believe there's going to be tarot readings there. And that's sort of all brought together in one place. And let me get the date for you real quick. I believe that's March 28th from 11 to 5 p.m.
March 28th. What day is that? Saturday?
That is a Saturday.
That's a Saturday. Okay, I can clear that.
11 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yeah, okay.
And I think we're going to get some books. And you should also come, listener, too, because supporting independent artists is great. Just saw a post on the Instagram about it that was saying they were having some issues flyering. So definitely spread the word if you can. I think that's a wonderful thing that they're hosting. But another thing they host that I think is awesome is screenings. They hosted a screening a long time ago for Curse of the Werewolf, which is one that I also texted Matt about. And I was like, hey, we should do this for the podcast. And Matt said,
I can't come because I have a prior engagement, but that's really cool.
oh, that's not how I remember it.
I actually didn't respond.
I thought you said, I can't come because something's blocking the passageway.
Yeah, you said come see Weird Deer with me, and I said, sorry, Sibyl, I'm having erectile dysfunction.
And you did the dance, too. I don't know, I could read it over text.
Yeah, no, I did this little dance that the listeners cannot see.
No one can tell, but they can
Not
hear
at
it in
all.
your voice, the bounciness.
Yeah, there's like a bit of energy to my voice right now because I'm doing the silly dance that I did when I told you I had erectile dysfunction, and that stopped me from seeing Weird Deer with you.
So I saw the poster for Mark of the Werewolf. Now noted, I saw this poster, and it didn't look perfect. Like, it didn't look anything that would absolutely shatter my expectations, that would maybe go, oh, this is the most amazing werewolf movie. But I love even like the most low budget, because the act of putting in the effort to make a film is such a beautiful, beautiful thing in itself. And there's so many weird and interesting things that you can do with independent films. I always want to support them if I can. I hope to make as many independent screenings as I ever can. Sometimes I really can't make them because I got anxiety and I got no one to go with, and Matt deserts me. But instead, I picked up my friend Evie. I picked her up by her two legs and I said, you're coming with me, Evie. And she went, okay.
That sounds like Evie. That's
She went, okay, Sibyl.
That's a very Evie response.
That was Eerie Evie. She's been on a previous episode of the podcast. So we hopped in my car. My car's name is Ellie. We hopped in Ellie and we drove on over to Rhode Island College. We parked, crossed the grass, walked across the quad, and I had a feeling this was going to be a small event. It was starting to snow that day, and there was supposed to be like the lead actress of the film there. I didn't even know she was going to be there until I sort of was showing up. And then I get told as we walked in that, oh no, because of the snow, she wasn't able to make it. So the tickets are actually free. Don't pay for it. And I was like, but I want, it's an independent film and I want to give you money. What the fuck? Take my money. And so I bought a t-shirt from the Horror Depot. And what's nice is I actually have run into two of the people that were helping to organize this event. The guy behind the Horror Depot and the guy behind Scars Magazine, which is a very cool magazine that talks about a lot of independent horror stuff that's happening around here. And I met them when I was performing in a play.
Which play?
The State of Florida versus Mike Diana. Matt doesn't know anything about my life, so.
Am I losing it? Which one was that?
This is the one I did this year.
Oh, okay. All right.
Just previously, I played a bigoted Southern lawyer who was like, listen here, this gay man, so he's not gay, but he's doing these lewd images in this magazine. Fuck him. And what was really nice is sort of at the end, I got talking to them. I plugged the podcast to them, and I was like, oh man, that's so cool that you're having this screenings. I'd love to do stuff like that. And I got there, and I got talking to them. They actually recognized me from that, which was just really sweet of them, because I also had glasses on then. I was dressed completely different. And they gave me actually a free copy of Scars Magazine.
Did they really?
Yeah. I bought a t-shirt. But it was a really, really nice, I felt very welcomed. Talked about the podcast, talked about a lot of horror. And I'm always really excited for independent stuff like this. So I would love to get into what this movie is actually about.
All right, lead us in.
I sat down with Evie. This type of movie is not for Evie.
What does that mean?
Evie doesn't like this movie.
As in horror or campy?
Evie does like horror. Evie doesn't like probably this level of low budgetness or sort of out there energy. And it just got a little weird and bloated, especially towards the end of it.
Okay.
So I'll talk about it. This film is about, there are these devil worshippers.
What?
And there's these devil worshippers with these cool, like, yellow eyes. And they're like, we have the sacred lands acquired back. And it's like, oh no, the government actually took that from us. Oh, we need to get the people off the sacred land. Summon the Wolfgeist.
Wolfgeist?
And so they have this severed paw of like a werewolf. Like a full arm, actually. And they use it to put a curse to summon the werewolf as like a ghost to kill them.
Okay. That's one of the coolest concepts I've ever heard.
It's pretty fun.
Like a phantom werewolf. That fucks.
Mm-hmm. And I've shown Matt just the intro picture. He's seen half of the werewolf's face. The actual like design of the werewolf on the cover of the movie and like on, it's like half shown on Scars magazine, I think is the worst it looks, which is so odd because it's like the cover. I think in the movie it looks fantastic.
Really?
Like it's a gorgeous werewolf suit and it's a very odd werewolf design that's almost like bat-like. It really gives, the ears are very to the side and it's just so cool. So I'm going to show Matt some pictures real quick and so you can hear his reaction.
Yeah, please. I also, at some point, I definitely want to take a look through, as much as you, the listeners, can't see this magazine, I just really want to take a peek through it at some point, because...
Mm-hmm. You can, of course, purchase it on scarsmagazine.com.
If I like what's in here, I may just, because the more and more you start to talk about all of the Horror Depot stuff, the more and more I do actually want to get into it. I didn't know any of this existed. I'm going to be so honest. Oh,
so here's one in the bottom right.
Being handed over.
Now, Matt, I'm handing you this magazine. I would like it returned to me unstained.
I can make zero promises about that. If I like this design, I'm sorry. It's just like...
Don't show Matt a Stegosaurus, am I right?
Fucker.
Horses love Stegosaurus.
Yeah, oh my god. That's a really fucking cool design. I may stain this magazine. That's awesome. Okay, so yeah, the ears look so bat-like. This...
And I can probably show you online some like
for sure.
clearer pictures of it real quick.
Oh my god. That's all practical.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh my god. That's so cool. Okay. The way the face is so contrasted to like the we'll probably put a picture up, but the fur is like a really like orangey brown. And it's just like a bone white face with big bat ears.
Yeah, and I should state,
so cool.
Matt will be putting a picture up on the Instagram. And that is if Matt remembers to put the post up on the Instagram this week.
I'll put the post up.
Yeah, you said that last week, Matt.
I say getting dragged into hell.
You don't see me forgetting to edit the podcast. Podcast gets edited. I get lonelier. My wife leaves me.
How many times has she left you now?
You know, back in the day, when we used to love each other, it could go for months. But what I'll say is this, we had something special. Me and her, me and Julie.
Julie? I thought it was Sarah now.
Oh, yeah. So, talking about the actual quality of this movie, because, as we said, this werewolf looks fantastic. And that, like, version of, like, on the cover right there on Scars Magazine and, like, on the actual movie poster, and I don't know why it was chosen like that. It really is just, like, the movie poster is that, but just, like, mirrored.
Got it.
it's like so up close. It's so just like you don't get to see it in all its glory.
When I first saw the picture on the magazine, I almost thought it was like a zombie because it doesn't show you what this werewolf design looks like, and that's a shame because again, this werewolf design is so unique. Why would you not like just full plaster that?
Yeah. And there are some other really cool promotional pictures that really showed it in its glory, and that's what really drew me to the screening. What I will say is that this movie is available right now on Tubi to watch in streaming.
Okay.
So if you want to watch it, Matt.
Oh, I definitely will.
You're more than welcome to. I will say, I started off this movie, and I was like, whoa, hold up, whoa. I was just expecting like a really camp, really probably shit werewolf movie.
Yeah.
Am I gonna like really love this? Because like there was something about the editing that was so like fast paced and creative with how they did the action scenes and what was the choices for the frames that they put around certain things and the transitions that they did. I was exposed to this really just unique style, and there's really just so much potential with this editing that I was really prepared for an amazing work, and it really was for quite a while. It does begin to teeter off, in my opinion, towards the end of the film, where I'm starting to get like, all right, it gets a little bit fatty, it gets a little bit too self-indulgent with showing the creature killing too many people, taking too long to do these kills, having people just sort of standing around the monster making like the dumbest choices where it's like, I can't, oh no, what am I gonna do?
I mean, that's not surprising, especially like I'm assuming all of those scenes were with the werewolf practical.
Oh, you betcha.
Yeah, like
in which the werewolf practical is a guy in a suit.
Yeah, I would assume you want to get the most out of that suit, but also, yeah, I understand if you're getting a little bit too focused on.
Yeah, you never want
design.
those special effects to come at the expense of a story.
Yeah.
And that is really something that is so difficult, no matter what you're making, whether it's like theater and you put in a lot of work to really good lighting or sound design. If it comes at the consequence of making a story boring or like a little bit fatty, that's gotta go. And it's such a pain every single time. It's the same thing like actors will be like, oh, I really love that moment of mine. It's like, I don't give a shit. We're making a collaborative medium together. Get that. Not that this was necessarily the case all around, but there were just moments that I felt could have really made this soar.
Yeah. Do you know off the top of your head how long it was?
It was about an hour and a half, like an hour 20.
Okay, that's like a full...
Yeah, it was a full-length movie.
Okay, I can also see why, like, at that point, if you're dragging this movie out for like an hour and a half and a lot of it is self-indulgent, like just gore and showing off that, then yeah, okay, I can
it's
understand.
Like it's not that much gore, it's not that much intense. It's more like scenes of like the werewolf raising a claw and then a person being like, oh no, and then it's like a little bit of blood. Right, as where it's like they don't have the money for that right now, or like cutting away from something, implying something.
I understand.
There. Yeah, it's a very funny play. Let me tell you a little bit about the plot. It opens up with Brooke, who's the main character. She's this actress, and she is calling Dennis Vincent, who is the director of the movie, playing himself. She's reading the script for the movie and is like, "Hey, I don't really like scary movies, but I'd kind of like to be in this." And she might not be playing Brooke. She might just be playing the actual actress at this point.
Yeah.
Who is...
So this is kind of like a little inception of movie in a movie.
Yes, the actress is Mary Liz Adams.
Got it.
Not Inception. Yeah. She's not Leonardo DiCaprio.
Not the actual...
She's not Elliot Page, man.
Movieception.
She's not Joseph Gordon-Levitt. She not spinning in a hallway.
Oh my god, werewolfception.
She not howling at the moon and it's a dream.
Werewolf?
Well, actually, she is.
Werewolf?
I should stress.
What?
You never know what the plot really is in this movie.
I love how you started this segment with, let me explain the plot to you. And it took you 5 minutes to get to, there's not really a plot.
No, you follow along, it's pretty clear. And it's like, okay, they head out to this cabin, and I read about it in the sort of Scars interview. They start out, and it's pretty basic. It's like this Friday the 13th, but with a werewolf kind of setup where, oh, these teens are in a cabin. They're having fun. They're making out. Do. Werewolves show up. Oh, no, the Wolfgeist. Have I talked about the wolf? Ugh. The Wolfgeist.
You brought it up earlier, and I mentioned that it was a cool detail, but not exactly what it is.
Is the wolf spirit.
Yes,
summoned by the devil worshippers. Wild way for a werewolf to sort of be brought in. And also like just changes the mythos as rather than any like typical werewolf weakness, it's all centering around this paw that is hanging on just an old tree.
Is it ever explicitly called a werewolf?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. Okay. Oh.
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah, they go look it up. They're like, the Wolfgeist. Oh, the werewolf. Which, if you look up Wolfgeist, that doesn't show up. You know what does show up?
What shows up?
A character from Luigi's Mansion 3.
Great. Oh, we have to cover Luigi's Mansion 3 now because there's a wolf thing.
It's not a wolf. It's just, it's Amadeus Wolfgeist for like...
What?
Wolfgang, like Amadeus Mozart, I guess. And that's just, he's not a wolf, I don't think.
What? Isn't there one of like the Koopa kids is also like, it's something like that, like Wolfgang or the little Bowser Koopaling with the big. Ludwig? Oh, it's Ludwig von Koopa. That's what it is. I remembered it was in the back of my head, just swirling around his stupid little blue hair wings.
Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you too.
Thanks.
If I was you, I would feel like I actually have been contributing to society.
Me with my little buck tooth and smiley face and little propeller cap.
You did a propeller cap?
Yeah. I would have a dunce cap. Never mind.
The movie gets a bit silly. There are some moments where the characters aren't acting in a way that necessarily is how a character would act, where they're just sort of like, standing around a werewolf, being very slow, not running directly away, not making the choices that you would expect of them. At the same time, there's a bit, they use, all right, let me go. The Scars magazine, in that interview I was reading, they started filming this, I believe, in 2021, and maybe it was in the summer of 2022, but it was around that time they planned to do the entire shoot in like 27 days in this one cabin that they rented through a Verbo.
Yeah.
Right, just really quick, like get in, get out. Turns out it takes longer than that to do some of these blood scenes. Right? Dennis Vincent had some time, had some experience doing some other movies, or one movie before with a mummy. That seemed pretty neat. Might be something to check out. But this one was taking a bit longer. There were renovations and a transfer of ownership for that Verbo over like the year between those summers.
Oh, damn. Okay.
So they couldn't go back to film at that place because it wouldn't look the same. And so to like get around that, they were just filming in like other forest locations, other locations, and then putting a shit ton of fog around, which I didn't realize while watching the movie, but now it explains a lot because you watch it, you're like, why is there so much fog out here? Like,
okay, see, I'll say I'm a huge fan of fog in like campy low budget.
So much.
I fucking love fog. It's so, because the fog is rolling in and it's like, some shit's about to occur.
It's just clearly like being pumped into this frame like by a machine. You're like, well, hello, fog. How are you?
You can see the fog machine poking out from like behind a bush. Just
let me talk about my favorite scene
Yeah.
in this movie.
What's your favorite scene?
Guy goes to strip club, gets danced upon, goes to a private room. Some ladies be grinding on him. They take off their tops. And then the movie resumes.
Wait, it
has nothing to do with anything.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Except to show that this is a bit of a weird guy, like a bit pervy. He's like, hey, here's some boobs. And then we go back.
Hell yeah. You know
I think
what?
there were
Boobs.
some other boobs in some other parts of the movie, but it was all just weird. It was like, what do you do? Like, did we need this much more boobs? Were we that deprived of boobs? I was
Yes.
pretty happy with the amount of boobs. I like boobs.
More boobs.
Boop, 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 boop.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boop, 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 boop.
Boom, 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 boom.
It is a very interesting addition because that's a whole nother, like, specific time of shooting. Like, that's a couple hours getting him just to sit at that bar, renting that location, or like just asking someone to be in there and like filming him with extras, then getting a private room, asking people to be dancing topless, getting the written permissions for that. That's so many steps to just have that extra scene in the movie.
And there's like no werewolf connection at all. That
not
just
at
occurs.
all. It is before any of those people get attacked by the werewolf.
That's wild.
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, is it like a long scene or is it just like a quick cutaway?
That's pretty long.
That's
It's not like super long, but
Okay.
it's like longer than you'd expect.
that's crazy. Okay, yeah.
Characters are sort of interesting in this. When we start this movie and we first get a look at this werewolf, it kills these two people in a car. And that scene is awesome. It is so good. It's brutal. The energy is up. The editing is just so fun and like jumpy. And there's a bunch of other kills that are great around that area too. I love the sort of vibes of so much of that movie. And then as we get to the end, it's where it dawdles. And then right as we're getting there, the movie ends about 4 times.
What?
Now, and I'm sort of... I don't know if I should really spoil this movie thoroughly.
Okay.
How many of the endings do you want?
Oh shit. Oh.
Because there's 4 that happen back to back.
Okay. Give me 2 that you think are the. Give me 2 of your choice. Or spoil what you think would be funny enough.
Okay, I'm probably gonna give you all 4.
Okay.
Just because the sequence of them I think is the funniest bit.
Okay. You can't even fucking get it out.
Sorry, it's a because like I would have been happy with 1.
Yeah.
Would have been happy with 2. 3, I was like, what are you doing? And 4, I was like, are you kidding me? So I'm just gonna go through them.
Okay.
Ending 1, they find the wolf paw that the devil worshippers are using to summon this wolf geist. The main character, Brooke, takes it, puts it into a fire.
Okay.
Right? The witch goes, ah, blah, blah, blah. The woman who is summoning. It's a shame. They kill the werewolf. Cool.
The werewolf is out of the movie at the first ending?
Yeah.
What the fuck are the other ones about?
Ending 2. Right? And like these aren't super long. Ending 2. All the lighting changes. The devil worshippers sort of magically appear. The witch lady, who was one of the devil worshippers, is sort of like, oh, I can't believe she did that. And the devil worshippers are like, wow, I can't believe you burned that werewolf. That was a good job. Well, now we have to cut out your eye because we got the shiny yellow eye. And you're going to take that witch's place because you did a good job. And we're going to give you the mark of the werewolf.
Oh my fucking god.
Mm-hmm. Ready for the third ending?
Not really.
She wakes up in a hotel room. She fell asleep reading the script.
I'm gonna get up and leave. Are you okay? Wait, I need to adjust myself. I need to adjust myself. Are you telling me that this entire movie is a fucking and it was all a dream?
No. Because there's a 4th ending, man.
Oh no fucking way.
Fourth ending. Oh yeah, that stuff did happen. But there was no werewolf. She was a crazy person. She wakes up with a straitjacket on in a mental institution, and she killed them all.
Oh my god.
She's a psychopath.
Oh my god, that's all. It's both. It was all a dream, and also she was crazy the entire time. It got the worst of both worlds. I can't fucking stand this. I am so okay. I'm gonna admit, I'm so glad that you spoiled that for me, because I think if I watched that without knowing, I'd have an aneurysm.
See, that's the thing, is like, I watched that ending, and I walked out of there going, holy shit, that was awesome.
That is so fucking funny.
That's so crazy to me. And like, there's kind of like hints, like she's the main character, Brooke, has these like weird psychic abilities in this film. Like, kind of, she sort of has bad feelings, and it keeps doing these really long flashbacks to her as a child, just being like, ooh, just sort of like dazed and being like, oh. Oh, I'm a weird child.
Schizophrenia.
And yeah, but it's just so odd to have 4.
Yeah,
to then go like what? To then go wake up in a bed and then crazy, which I can't even. I think that's the order.
That's the progression of beating the werewolf and winning. To, you didn't win, actually the devil worshippers got you. To, it was all a dream. To, it wasn't a dream and you're just insane.
Yeah.
Is what,
you killed the police officer.
I feel like that's a situation of only one of those was supposed to happen, but there were so many arguments of no one could decide which one, so they were like, oops, all endings.
Even if like the first 2 happened, it's like rad.
Yeah.
The third one, it was like, what?
I feel like any of those 2 could have been fine.
And it's like, even if you do all 4, that's fine. But it's got to be heavy comedy, I feel, which I just don't know. Like, it's so odd, and it's something that I would sort of love to ask about, and I don't want to use this as like any big condemnation of the film. All I know is that this sort of like ending and that sort of like lack of energy towards this end of it made me leave the film being like, oh my God, that was wild. What a good time though. What a film. And it made Evie be like, well, I didn't have a good time, but I'm glad you had a good time, Sibyl.
Oh my God.
And I was like, oh no, Evie, I'm sorry.
Go say sorry to Evie right now.
I already did. And she was high, and she took a step out for a little bit, and she like had a little snack in the lobby.
Oh my God.
But it was a wonderful, wonderful excursion. And I love events like that so much, because even if you are not sitting there enjoying every second of the movie, like say I sit there and the movie that we're watching is Night of the Were-Rooster, which, as we talked about before in a previous episode, not our cup of tea.
No.
Did not enjoy it. I would love watching that and sitting down with Matt, sitting down in a room of other people, be like, what is this film? And the more people you have, the crazier it is.
I feel like these events are such good events to, I mean, like you just said, get high and maybe like have a drink or something, as everyone just loses it to whatever's going on.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And, you know, and then how are you ever going to find those gems? How are people going to ever grow as an artist if they don't have these spaces for these independent works?
Yeah, totally.
And I tell you, there is some amazing, amazing stuff in this film where if you are into checking out the weird, if you are into the horror genre, looking for those new tastes, this is something to check out. I was really, really surprised, because normally you don't even get that with films like this. Wish you were there, Matt.
Well,
I could have given you a handy.
Well, do you want to give me a handy on the couch right after we're done with this and watch that movie again?
No, we have to watch something else because we're always watching something new, Matthew.
Just this once.
What if we watch...
Please.
Haven't been able to find enough Twinks lately.
Please.
They're all out at the Twink store.
They're fresh out when I went down to Twink Emporium.
Oh, God, help me, please. But yeah, I say that's probably about all I got for Mark of the Werewolf. But it was an amazing event. I had such a nice night, and I'm so glad that I actually could go. Because a lot of times I find myself, a bit anxious to go to events like these. I always want to be going out more, be supporting more independent artists and independent horror. And hey, listener, you should too. Hey, you think I can't see you? I fucking can see you. Put your pants on. It's gross.
We're right behind you. Don't turn around. Oh.
All right, Matt.
You gotta ooh into their ear.
What do we gotta do now?
Well, you're gonna rate it because, well,
you're rating it too.
I suppose I could rate it. I did see it.
You did it right. Yeah, I would love to hear you deduce what score you think I'm going to give.
Ooh,
right.
Okay.
This is gonna be our little guessing game. You give all the reasons that you think I would.
Okay.
And I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna think real quick.
You got it? Locked in, locked down? No? Oh my God, she's glowing.
All right, I've got my score.
Holy shit, you started glowing just there.
Okay, Matt.
All right. So,
how do we rate things?
We rate things from 0 to 5 based on both how... Oh, I'm getting the light shined at me? Oh, I'm not.
Just trying to make it brighter in here, Matt.
I understand. I thought you were going to interrogation flashbang me like you did last time. Anyways, we rate things out of 5, 0 to 5, based on how good the depiction of the werewolf is, but also how werewolfy the story is, how close it is to established mythos, how much we see of this typical werewolf story that we have come to understand in our popular media.
That's so good, Matt.
Yeah.
All right, now break down everything I've told you about Mark of the Werewolf, this crazy independent film. What score do you think I'm going to give this?
So, I think it's going to be low because we don't rate things based on how much we like it, based on personal bias. We have to rate it based on simply how it looks compared to an average werewolf and how well the story portrays a werewolf. So, as much as we've been going back and forth about this werewolf design is really cool, you've told me a lot about this story that doesn't seem like a typical werewolf. It doesn't sound like there's anything to do with the moon, silver weaknesses, even a human transforming. You literally said this is like a werewolf spirit that gets summoned by devil worshippers. Nothing about that rings werewolf. And as much as this design is really cool, it also doesn't look like a werewolf. I feel like you could call it some kind of like bat wolf spirit monster, but I think if you didn't introduce it as a werewolf, that's not where my mind would immediately go. So, I think with all of that being considered, I'll shoot for like a 1.5 or a 2.
I love your breakdown, Matt.
Thank you.
It's very, very observant. I would have said about the like exact same stuff.
Yeah.
And I was thinking probably, I would say that even though this is maybe not the first thing that comes to mind with your werewolf, as a werewolf, I do think the werewolf design kind of like stands. It wouldn't like strike me as odd if used as a werewolf. It does kind of look like bat ears, but I could also see that with the fact of human ears are on the side, wolf ears are more up.
Yeah.
So going out lends to a sort of mid-ground that kind of looks like bat ears. So I might say like a 2.5 would be my rating.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. But overall, it was just good to have an excursion. And shout out to Scars Magazine. Shout out to the Horror Depot. I hope that we can do a ton more events here in Providence, see a lot of local stuff, find out what's happening and who's doing werewolves around here. Because as you know, Matt gets off on this.
This episode is starting and ending with just dragging my name through so much mud.
When have I dragged your name? You're crazy. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's wrap up this episode then.
Yeah, let's not put that in the episode.
Well, Matt hates his grandma.
No! Don't fucking put that in there! Oh!
Matt.
Yeah.
Matt.
Yep.
We need a moral to take away from this episode.
A moral?
A moral.
I think a good moral... I think a good moral is always keep making art.
Art's so good.
Art's so good. As much as I think we rip into a lot of these films like this.
Yeah, especially you. You hate films.
I do, frequently.
And just because you got mad at the rats are coming, the werewolves are here, just because they tortured an animal.
I hate that fucking movie.
As long as you're not torturing animals, like, art is so good.
Art is fucking
Art is
awesome.
so good. And why do I keep saying Curse of the Werewolf is a Hammer horror film? It's a different one. It's one we'll watch eventually.
Mark of the Werewolf.
Mark of the Werewolf is a very fun movie that I really recommend watching. It is quite an experience. And you can tell there's a bunch of heart put into it. And reading the interviews in Scars Magazine about how it took years to put together and how, like, they were worried actors were going to drop out and they were just sort of like piecing bits together. It really is a story of triumph after so much work. And it's a very, very impressive end product.
Hell yeah. And I really cannot wait to watch it now.
All right, Matt.
All right.
Let's wrap out. So to wrap us out, create a rap about Mark of the Werewolf.
I'm not doing this. There is nothing you could do. You could not pay me to do this. Why? Why have you put me in this position? Why am I rapping to Mark of the Werewolf? I should be giving you the beat, not you. You should be rapping about it. I know nothing. I don't know anything about this movie. Why did you do this to me?